Hello and welcome to episode 224 of First Geek 411. I'm your host, Cameron Franklin, and with me as always from the Great White North, Shanine. How are you doing?
Doing frosty.
Have y'all had snow yet, I assume?
Oh, October 31st it snowed.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Definitely snowed. Definitely have had 2 weeks of at least minus 30
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Celsius.
Which is almost
Just like
minus
this
30 Fahrenheit? Because they meet up at negative 40.
I think yeah.
That's like the only conversion. It's like I know that, then I know the water ones. And that's all I got.
22. I will tell you now it is negative 22 thanks to Google.
Thank you, Google.
Thanks, Google.
So, Cameron, there you go.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And that other voice is none other than West Coast, Best Coast, Emma.
I cannot complain about my existence right now.
This week, we are very excited to be talking about our 2023 most anticipated releases, projects, things that we're hopeful for. Some of these have set in stone release dates, as set in stone as release dates can be. Others of them are going to be a mystery, and we'll find out if they actually happen. And so, were some of these on my 2022 list? Yes, they were. Here we are. And so, but before we get into that and we catch up on what we have been up to, as always, you can find us on our social media as OneGeek411. Join our Discord server. Shoot us an email at 1stgeek411@gmail.com. You can also check us out Monday nights at 6:45 on twitch.tv/OneGeek411. Be part of the post-show chats. Or go over to our YouTube where you can find the recordings of our previous episodes, including our God of War spoiler cast that Emma and I did last week, talking about the highs and lows of Sony Santa Monica's latest game. And then you can also go and check out our Redbubble store if you want to get any merch. But with that, let's jump into what we have been up to. Shanine, why don't you kick us off?
Finally finished watching Andor, and I don't know why I didn't see more people talking about it.
It's so good.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
I think it is my favorite Star Wars property ever.
It is amazing.
It's so good. The cast, so good. It's just all so good.
Mm-hmm.
Really excited for season 2, which would be on my list, but it's not coming out next year, which makes me sad.
Yeah, I'm very curious to how many seasons of it we're gonna get.
Yeah, I mean there is a limit.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'm excited for at least one more.
Mm-hmm.
And this weekend, I had a Christmas party with friends that was The Office themed.
A+.
It was so many fun. We watched all of the Office Christmas episodes, obviously.
As you do.
A lot of stellar decorations, such as It Is Christmas, and just some silver and gold balloons taped on the wall, not blown up.
You say not inflated. That's too much effort.
No. A lot of classic Office quotes, and themed food. We had pizza from Alfredo's Pizza Cafe and Pizza by Alfredo. We had the Finer Things Club finger sandwiches. We had Angela's double fudge brownies, and pita and hummus from Moroccan Christmas.
Nice. And based on the pictures, y'all actually ordered pizza from different places, right?
We did. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just like saying it was. I appreciated that commitment based on the pizza boxes, that they were actually two different establishments.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And I dressed up as 3-Hole Punch Jim.
Which is an A+ costume.
Worked out well.
Mm-hmm. As someone who has also done 3-Hole Punch Jim for Christmas or for Halloween parties before and stuff, it is a fantastic costume. Can confirm.
Not too difficult to pull off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. That is my criteria for the perfect costume.
Not too challenging.
That was key.
Yes.
I was going to be Dave,
Mm-hmm.
but couldn't find any name tags. So, next time.
Mm-hmm. I have also done Dave. And I feel like that was too deep because it was for like our church's Halloween thing. The year after I did 3-Hole Punch Jim. And the problem was that a bunch of the people that were there didn't go to our church because it was an outreach event. So people just thought I was wearing a name tag and that my name was Dave. So did not quite work out as well as I thought.
Yep.
Emma, what have you been up to? As I mute and eat a Rice Krispie.
You do that. I am officially on Christmas break. Yay! I turned in my last assignment. / project. Technically it's due on Wednesday, but I went in and finished it like Thursday. No, I went on Wednesday, worked on that, went in Thursday, worked on another portion of it with a classmate, and then turned everything in on Friday. And then I had screening for my other thing on Saturday for the sitcom I worked on / edited, and that went really well.
Nice.
Now I'm done with classes for the semester, so I'm on vacation, which means I finished my puzzle this morning, and I don't leave until Friday, so my debate is to whether or not I should start another one before I leave. Who knows? We'll see. And I've been watching Wednesday, the Wednesday Addams show on Netflix, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit so far. Not quite done yet, but having a lot of fun with it. It's definitely much more my vibe. Like, I kind of got into Nancy Drew stuff as a kid, but not a whole lot. But I'm really enjoying Wednesday. So that's been the past week, aside from sleeping and playing video games on repeat.
Sounds like a great way to spend the week.
You know, I have nothing else to do, so might as well relax.
Sheen, have you seen Wednesday yet?
It's on my list, but I'm watching like 3 other shows right now.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
We watched, Deanna watched all of it. I kind of caught bits and pieces. But everything that I watched, I really enjoyed. And I want to go back and actually like watch the full thing. Like it did crazy good numbers. Like, I think it outdid Stranger Things season 4 for like total like viewing hours. So
it's making me want to go and watch like the older show. I've seen like I've seen the movie and bits and pieces of the older like the Addams Family show, but I want to like go back and like watch the whole thing. So
for me, playing a lot of games. That's kind of where I've been for the past couple weeks since everything I was interested in decided to come out in like this 6 weeks time span. So here we are. And so I've been playing some more God of War, kind of just here and there, trying to do some cleanup stuff, trying to just like chip away at all the post game. I haven't really like sat down to do that. It's kind of the like, oh, I have 30 minutes, I'll knock out an area of the map or something like that, or go find this one raven that's been eluding me. And so that's been good. These bosses though, oh man.
The Berserker Graves.
Yeah, they have
Man.
been a struggle. And so, yeah, so that's going to be something. And then been playing a whole lot of Pokemon, which is like the whole opposite side of the spectrum in terms of difficulty. And so this morning I beat my gym leader rematches. So I have like, I think one more like piece of like serious story content, and then I'm in the post game and trying to catch them all. And so that's been a ton of fun. And then I also got Marvel's Midnight Suns, which is the most me game that has ever existed in the history of video games. Like, I feel like my life has been building up to this moment of a like tactical, story-driven Marvel game where your choices matter and you develop relationships like with the Marvel characters, or develop friendships with the Marvel characters. And then, but wait, it's also card-based. So you have like a deck of cards of like what abilities your characters have. And so, yeah, I feel like it is like the most me game possible. And so that's been a lot of fun. I got demolished in a mission earlier today because like as you play, you unlock more difficulties. And like the higher difficulty, the better rewards you get. And so like I had forgotten that at the end of the last time I played, I bumped up the difficulty because I unlocked the next one and then was not prepared. So a bunch of my heroes are now injured. So that's going to be something I have to figure out how to deal with. So
it's basically Marvel Snapped combined with Life is Strange.
Yeah, there's like a pretty deep story side of it. I don't know if you can like necessarily affect the story directly, but the way that the way that it works, like you have your missions, which are very similar to XCOM. Like if either of y'all have ever played that, in terms of it being like very tactical, you have your characters on the board, you have your abilities that move you around, and then you come back to this place called the Abbey, which is like your home base, and there you can just kind of free roam and explore and talk to characters. And then during the days or during the downtime, you have like actions you can take. So like you have like hangouts. And so like the last hangout I did was lifting weights with Captain Marvel. And so like as you do those activities with specific characters, you build like your friendship with them. But there's only so much time. So you can't become like great friends with every character. So you kind of have to choose. And so I'm not sure if like that will affect something in the story, but it's been a lot of fun so far. They also have some like lesser known Marvel characters, which I'm always excited about. Like Nico from the Runaways. So that's been pretty cool. And then Sunday, I played the Forspoken demo. Forspoken, it may come up again later today, just like it did in things I was excited about for 2022. And so, but I really enjoyed it. It was about an hour and a half, 2-hour demo. And so definitely recommend people go check it out. I'm hoping that the parkour feels a bit better in the actual game versus getting dumped in at level 20. Because that was definitely something. And so, but I'm hoping that feels better. And then also played some D&D this weekend. My players got a bag of mysteries, I think is what it's called, which is an item. It's basically Pokemon. Like in the bag, there's literally like some sort of object, and the character's going to pull it out and throw it, and then it turns into a certain creature. And my player was like, oh, I'm going to try that. And so she pulled out like the best creature in it. And then it like dominated the combat. So here we are. So we'll see how this goes going forward. But it was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, and so that is what I have been up to. Oh yeah, avoided ice was there. It's just yeah, we broke the encounter. Yeah, it happened.
Oops.
And it's gonna be something going forward that now I need to
Oops.
plan for. So, yeah,
Come on, Cameron, you know the rule. You have to plan for absolutely
Yeah.
everything your players are going to do.
exactly. If I don't plan for every possibility, I'm not even a good DM. Or I
Come on,
plan
man.
for no possibilities. Based on the Reddit, it's one of those two. Like
Yeah.
there's not a middle ground. So
And you got to be real good at improv.
yes. Yes, you definitely cannot panic when asked the name of an NPC that you had not planned to be asked the name of. So, who would do such a thing?
Why would anyone want to know that?
Yes. But that's what I've been up to. That's what we have been up to. Listeners, let us know either in Twitch chat, comment section, or over on our Discord what you have been up to. And yeah, with that, let's get into our main topic for tonight. We try to do this every year. We're going to be taking a look forward at the next year, the big announcements, whether confirmed or not, that are currently slated for 2023. As we've referenced throughout this, some of these might not be 2023. Who knows? But these are all things.
As of right now.
Yes. As of right now, or last announcement, it was said that these were 2023. And so we'll find out. And so we're going to go through and do two things a piece and kind of rotate through. We all have a pretty good list, and for kind of obvious reasons, we have overlap. And so
Our interests and all.
yeah. And so our rough order is going to be games, movies, shows, other. And so, and that's how we're going to go through it. And yeah, we'll see. Some people may have much more in one category than another, but we will find out as we go through. So, Shanine, why don't you kick us off with the first two games you are excited for?
All right. I am excited for Octopath Traveler 2. My husband keeps saying I need to finish Octopath Traveler 1 before I'm allowed to play this. And to that, I say I do what I want. But I am over halfway through the first one. There is a pretty big game. I'll get there eventually.
Yep.
I'm excited for another one, though. And I'm also excited for Baldur's Gate 3. We have had it for a while now on Steam, the beta or whatever. I don't know. I've played like the first 15 minutes of it, and it'll be exciting for it to be official.
Mm-hmm. Baldur's Gate is something that was on my that I forgot to put on my list. And then I was like, sweet, I get to just jump in here and talk about it. I'm super intrigued. And like, this is like the first one that's come out since I've like gotten into D&D. I think I might have played Baldur's Gate 1, but I'm very excited to like jump in. And now that I like actually know what a mind flayer is and stuff like that, and I have like context for what's going on. So I'm very excited for this too. Emma, what games are you excited for?
I'm excited for the new DLC for Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores. Not just because we all know I love Horizon Forbidden West, but because it takes place in none other than LA, and I'm going to find both my house, which probably isn't actually in game. So I'm going to find my neighborhood and find my campus, because they are all likely going to show up, because I live right near the Hollywood sign, and that shows up in the trailer. And so I'm going to see my house get wrecked by a giant monster, And so I'm just excited for that. And it's funny because Cameron and I were talking about how we wanted to see the giant land monsters come alive. And Gorilla was like, all right, we're going to have the giant land robots come alive.
Mhm.
And they did that. And I'm excited. And then I'm also interested in this Assassin's Creed Mirage game coming out. Side note, I haven't even finished Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But, like, I just kind of I enjoy casually playing the Assassin's Creed games. Like, they're just fun to, like, play in between other games. So I am kind of excited to, have another Assassin's Creed option to play around in and have, like, a different culture / set of things to play with. So, yeah.
Yeah. Both of those are ones that I'm pretty excited about as well. The Assassin's Creed is definitely the one that I'd say worried most about slipping into 2024. Like,
Yeah.
we'll see. I hope they don't rush it. Like, they've done pretty well now once they stopped trying to do it yearly. And so I'm hoping that if they feel that they need to, they will delay it. And then...
especially with how recently they've announced it.
Mm-hmm.
And given the general load we've seen those games require for work.
Yeah.
What is the theme of this one?
It's Middle Eastern.
Yeah, I think it follows. There's a character in Assassin's Creed Valhalla that you meet, who like comes to that Northern Europe as part of like a pilgrimage type thing, and it's about how he became an assassin.
Baghdad.
And so Baghdad, okay.
It's 9th century Baghdad.
Okay, cool.
Just if that's the answer you were looking for.
Yeah. So some ripe classic Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Back to like AC1 roots.
Yeah. That's the thing that has always like made me interested about Assassin's Creed is that each game sort of takes place in a different location and cultural set, which is just so fun and intriguing. So
I think they do a good job at like pulling that in, not just to like the story, but the gameplay as well.
Yeah.
Like there's, as much as I didn't like it, like the portions in like Assassin's Creed Valhalla where you're like stacking the rocks to make the like the Karn things.
The stone Karns, yeah.
Yeah, like that's a fun little like reference to that location's history. Even though I don't think that mini game was a lot of fun, but it's definitely something. Yeah. So for me, video game wise, we're gonna kick it right off with PlayStation. And so as referenced at the top, supposedly we're getting Forspoken this year. We were supposedly getting it last year, and then it was delayed, and we were still supposedly getting it last year. And now we're getting it January 2023. So I feel like the odds are in our favor that this is actually going to release. This is something that I've talked about a lot on the show. I'm really excited for this story. Basically about an African-American girl from New York that gets somehow pulled into this other world and has to like go through and learn about it and then save this other world. I'm very excited for this like isekai style story. And the magic looks really cool. Having played some of it in the demo, I am very excited about having like cosplays around this because it seems like it's going to be a very like straightforward cosplay to do. And so I think there's going to be some really cool stuff for like the protagonist, and then a lot of the NPCs and stuff have very cool get-ups, and so I'm excited to see what people do for that.
Just the pictures of this game look fun.
Yeah, I definitely recommend if you have a PlayStation 5, go check out the demo. Like I said at the top, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And yeah, it should be a pretty good look at what the game is going to be like from a gameplay perspective. So Then my number 2 is, oh, and I should say, Forspoken's probably my most anticipated new IP video game wise for next year. And then the other end is my like most excited. I know exactly what it's gonna be, and that's Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I am so excited to web swing my way around New York City again.
Yeah.
In that game. Especially now that Miles is a Spider-Man. My fan theory is still that we're going to set up Spider-Gwen in this one.
Ooh.
And that every game will then introduce another Spider-Person. Do I have anything to base that on? Literally nothing. But I want to believe that that's what's going to happen. And so,
Manifest it.
yeah, I'm going to speak that into the universe as what I would like to happen. And so,
Send all the dreams.
exactly. Yeah, we'll what is it? We'll manifest that into the world through our dream. How does that work in? I might be confusing multiple things. I don't think that's Sandman now that I get going. Oh, no, it was the cats thing. The cat episode of Sandman. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the animated one. Where the
Yeah.
humans wish for the world, but they're not servant to the
Dream
cats. And
into
so,
existence.
yeah. That's what I was getting at. I was like,
You get enough people to dream it, and it'll happen.
mm-hmm.
That is absolutely Sandman.
Also, apparently, this will come up later on our list as well, but there's going to be a trailer or release or something for the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse soon. And the Marvel Spider-Man account made a post about being excited for that day or something like that. I was listening to a podcast while at work. And so I may be missing things. Yes, Marvel Spider-Man 2's PlayStation Store page has fans hoping for an imminent update. And so hopefully there could be some sort of tie-in or something there. That would be very cool. But yeah, so that is my first 2 games. Shanine, back over to you.
All right. My last game is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm very into Sephiroth, so I am excited for more of that. That is all.
Yeah, I'm also very excited for this. I forgot that this was next year. So, yeah. Remake was so good, and I'm very excited for whatever this is going to be based on the end of Remake. So, yeah.
Question mark? Could be something. Could be nothing.
Mm-hmm. Shanine, did you have a history? Like, had you played Final Fantasy VII before?
I have not played any Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
My introduction to Final Fantasy was being told to watch the Crisis Core cutscenes.
Okay.
So I have seen the story of Crisis Core. That's about it.
Yep.
I've watched my husband play a couple of the games, but
One of those games I've been meaning to play, and I just haven't. Because I've been too busy playing other stuff.
That's how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't have much history. I'd briefly played Final Fantasy VII, and so Remake was like my first time like playing through the story of that. And so, and Remake basically went up to what I remembered from playing the game. And so now I'm in the context of I literally have no clue what happens in the rest of the story. And so I'm very excited to see where this is going to lead. Emma, we'll bounce over to you for some more video games.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Yes.
Let's go.
So excited for that. So excited for that. The last one / only other one, Jedi
Fallen Order.
Last Law and Order. Thank you. Was so much fun. it actually got me so much more interested in Star Wars than I previously had been. So I'm excited to continue that story. I literally finished it and was like, Cameron, is there any other games? Like, is there a second one? Please tell me there's a second one. There wasn't, and I was sadly disappointed. But now there's a second one coming out. So excited for that, and excited to push more stormtroopers off cliffs with the Force, which apparently there was an achievement for it that I got without even knowing it existed because it was just so funny that I pushed a stormtrooper off the edge with the Force and got an achievement for it. And I was like,
That
these
definitely
people know
falls
their
in the
audience.
categories of like things that you can do as a Jedi in that game that I don't know if that's what Jedi would do. Like there's a
But I'm
handful of
gonna
like
do it anyway.
exactly. I'm not gonna
because
not
I'm
do it.
actually a Jedi.
Yeah.
I'm just a person with a game controller.
Exactly. It's like
This is the reason I would not actually be a Jedi. Like,
right. It's like it doesn't seem very Jedi to freeze time, pull a stormtrooper towards you, and then kill them with their own blaster bolt. But here we are.
And as to why Emma would not be a Jedi in real life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily be a Sith either. I would just be like, if there was a neutral party, I would be the neutral party. Like, whatever that is. So I'm excited for that. There's a Dead Space remake coming for PS5. I only put this down because I've been meaning to play Dead Space because it looks really good, and I've had some friends recommend it to me. And since there's a remake happening for the PS5, I'm gonna wait until that comes out, supposedly sometime this year, to play it, because it's space horror, and I absolutely love space horror. Like, the only horror I absolutely obsess over and just love to no end is space horror. Aliens, Predator, all of that stuff is my jam. Space monsters, I'm all for it. So I am going to be playing Dead Space, the remake, when it comes out on PS5. So, yeah.
I wish you the best.
Thanks. I shall take you along with me, Cameron.
Nope, you shall not. I watched a friend stream that game, and I noped out so fast of like, it's very spooky. And so I hope
the intentions then to stream it so that you will come in not knowing I'm streaming it and get spooked.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll basically like bait me into needing to come support you. And then I'm gonna now be stuck watching Dead Space.
Yes.
So
trap you into watching.
Trapped by the power of friendship.
Out of obligation. You're obligated to watch me play this.
And then, because I need to get to a happy thought. My last game kind of ties in with what Shanine was talking about, and that's going to be Final Fantasy 16. And so it's going to, assuming these come out, it's going to be a great year for Final Fantasy fans with both Rebirth and 16. And Forspoken also coming from Square, and while not a Final Fantasy game, it definitely has some similarities, has some vibes. And so I'm super excited for Final Fantasy 16. It looks very over the top, in the sense that like the latest trailer makes it look like your character can just like turn into Ifrit, who's a giant fire demon. And so like that's gonna be crazy. It seems to be very like Game of Thrones inspired. So it's like much darker than previous games. And so we're going to see how that goes as well. And yeah, we're going to see kind of what the vibes are going to be. And it's the story is written by the Final Fantasy 14 team, which granted is an MMO, but also with that time has apparently crafted one of like the best Final Fantasy stories from what I have been told. And so I'm very excited to see them kind of be handed a more confined story they get to tell instead of having to tell it over like expansions. So I'm very excited about that. Also, Shrug Emoji Pokemon DLC. Like, nothing's announced, but like they did DLC for the last one. And so
there's chit chat over the internet. About
yeah, like it would be kind of cool if we got like DLC in like 6-ish months, 8-ish months, something like that would be really cool. I don't know. This is going to be the same thing that I did earlier. I'm going to speak what I would like to happen into existence. And I would, yeah. And you know what? While we're manifesting, put Spider-Man and Pokemon. Like,
yeah.
You know, I don't know how that would work, but give me the ability to swing around on the trees. Like, that's what I want. Do I just want Spider-Man in every video game? Yes. Please get on that, developers. But that is going to bring us through our games section. Make sure to let us know what games you're excited for 2023. Let us know what we missed. Let's get into movies. Shanine, we'll kick it back to you.
All right. Several movies on the radar for the upcoming year. First two that I'm excited for are Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I don't know, Marvel has been hurting me lately, but I'm still gonna watch it. So, and with high hopes. So,
yep.
Guess I am ready to get hurt again.
Yeah, I feel like at this point we're in so deep. It's like, like here we are. Like,
we're committed to getting hurt.
Yeah.
Absolutely committed to getting hurt.
Yeah. I'm very excited for Quantumania, especially kicking off Phase 5 and kind of setting the tone for what that's going to be. We talked about some of the issues with how stuff like that was marketed with Black Widow, kind of being the kickoff for Phase 4. And I'm hoping that Quantumania sets a better tone for it.
Wah, wah, wah.
Emma, what movies are you excited for?
I literally only have two that I put down. I am interested by the D&D movie / somewhat intrigued by it. Like, I don't know how to feel. I'm cautiously optimistic. But looking forward to it and seeing where they take it. And then I am highly intrigued, not necessarily interested, just intrigued by the Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny movie that's coming out. I quite enjoy the archaeology adventure movies, but this is like Indiana Jones 6 or whatever, and given that the ending of the last movie suggested the existence of aliens, like in an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
Like,
that is indeed what occurred. Yep.
Come on, guys, really? You have a famous adventuring archaeologist and you're gonna suggest aliens? Really? You have so many other interesting ways to go. Don't do aliens. So I'm more just intrigued by it than like excited. Like, I will be going just to see what the heck they're doing with it. So, yeah. Because aliens in Indiana Jones? Really? Really? Come on, guys. Yeah. You can do better than that. So there's that.
Yeah. I also have the D&D movie on mine. I have very low expectations. Yeah. And so I'm going in expecting a super silly movie.
Yep.
And that's where we're at. Like, I want jokes about D&D. I want a character to die and then only to come back in the next scene as their sibling. That's like the type of humor that I'm wanting from this movie, and that's my expectation.
100%.
Onward is the best D&D movie out there. And so we're going to just kind of like put this in hopefully good category.
It's a funny way to... I hadn't thought of Onward as a D&D movie until just now.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. Because it fits.
Yep. And they play it in something. There's some other game where they are playing the game from Onward in it. And I don't remember what it is.
Another Pixar Disney movie.
Yeah, like the game shows up somewhere else.
That's great.
And I can't remember where it is now, but for me, I have 2 more Marvel things on my list. And so for my 2 movies, I have The Marvels. So this is the Captain Marvel 2, but it's going to have Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan all coming in as the Marvels. I'm excited to see Kamala Khan on the big screen, as well as Monica Rambeau as an adult, because she was a kid in the previous movie. And so I'm really excited for this. I am hopeful for it to be a cool team up, and I don't know much else about the plot besides that. Hopefully we'll be punching some aliens. And so that's about where we are. And so
Punch some aliens.
Yeah, someone's going to go Super Saiyan. Possibly multiple people are going to go Super Saiyan. And so here we are. And
Punch
then
some aliens.
yes. And then my other one, my most anticipated movie of the year, surprise, it's Spider-Man. And so, again, was this on my 2022 list? I feel like this was on my 2022 list and it got delayed. So here we are again. Hopefully this comes out this year. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is like arguably the best superhero movie ever. And like they've had another hit. I say they had another hit. I assume this is also still the people that also did Mitchell's versus the Machines. I could be wrong there. That could be like a separate team now. Like it was people that worked on Into the Spider-Verse and like no longer same studio. I don't know. But I'm very hopeful for this. The recent picture that we got of Miles and Gwen sitting upside down looking at New York is super cool.
That is fabulous.
Yeah. And
That's so cute.
yeah, there are so many scenes from the first Spider-Man from Into Spider-Verse that could just be awesome wallpaper. And they very much showed that they knew how to make like cool stuff with the Spider-Man license. And so I'm so excited to see what they do as they return to that part of the multiverse. Put Spider-Man from the video games in the movie. Put Spider-Man from the video games into the movie.
Yes.
Again, we're going to just wish this
Manifest
into
it.
existence.
Manifest it.
I want to see it. Because I think they already have the suit in there. They make a reference to it in one of the scenes. And so just put the actor in it now. So
Manifest it.
that's what I want. Shanine, I believe you are the only one with movies left. So hit us up with all of them sweet movies.
All right. The rest of the movies on my list are in my cautiously excited category. So we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I really enjoyed the first Shazam, and really I'm just here for more Zachary Levi.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Who is
Yep.
it?
That movie is
Right.
also way better than it has any right to be. Like
As we've talked about.
yeah. Like, oh man. My favorite scene is when he says, "Say my name," and they say Zach. Or whatever the character's name is, not Shazam.
really.
Billy. They say, "Oh, say my name." Billy goes, and like nothing happens. It's like, oh man, that joke was so obvious that they were gonna do it, and it was still hilarious. And I'm like, yes, this is so good.
Yep.
I need to rewatch it.
And also John Wick Chapter 4. Again, big fan of Keanu Reeves. John Wick movies are fairly light on plot, but they're good shoot 'em ups.
I've never seen a John Wick movie.
Doesn't have to be good to be fun.
Yeah.
That is my reason for liking Marvel movies. Doesn't have to be good as long as it's fun.
Very cautiously excited about Super Mario Bros.
The trailers look cool.
Yes,
I like Warrior Princess Peach.
definitely.
So here for that.
Yeah. the the trailers all seem cool. I don't know, like.
Big old question mark.
Yeah.
Yep. And also the Barbie movie.
That one's gonna be
don't
fun.
know.
I think.
I have no idea what to expect, but I mean, Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay.
Solid
Sure.
casting. Solid casting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think they'll play "I'm a Barbie Girl" in the movie, knowing the history behind that song?
Maybe.
I hope so. At least in the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like it has to be there, but
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's like some, because like Mattel apparently hated that song when it came out, and so like I would love there to be some like Barbie licensing thing where you cannot reference the song at all. It's just like the carryover from when that came out like decades ago that you cannot reference it, and so they have to like sneak something in or be cheeky about something.
I'm sure they'll make at least a reference to it.
Yeah.
If they don't actually play it.
Yeah, give me the like "I'm a Barbie girl" and then like look to camera, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Have one character say, "Come on, Barbie," and another say, "Let's go party."
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that is all the shows or the movies we have. Let's get into shows.
I was gonna say it.
Yeah.
There are shows on the list.
Yes, there are a lot of shows on the list, and so I think that this is our biggest category.
Shows on the list. Me, I am excited and over the moon for Russell T Davies to be back on Doctor Who. Not almost entirely because he's great on this IP and because he needs to be there to save it from the wreckage that is Chibnall. I was talking to someone on Twitter or Discord the other day where Chibnall is a great ideas guy, he's just not good at executing them. Whereas Russell T Davies has great ideas and excellent execution. So I'm excited for him to get back onto Doctor Who for the 60th anniversary and going into the new season at the end of next year to like help pick things back up into the golden era of Doctor Who. Because that needs some help, to put it nicely. I am also very excited for February because Legend of Vox Machina Season 2 is coming out. So excited.
Let's go.
If anyone knows anything about the past literal year of my life, it has been nothing but Critical Role and D&D content. and I am so excited for season 2 to come out. So much so that if YouTube were to have a Spotify Wrapped, it would be horrendously overrun with Critical Role content. So I am so excited for Vox Machina season 2 to come out, and can't wait to see all of the other new sort of cameos that we've been getting rumors about, and to see Pike's dad or slash grandpa and all of these other characters we love so much. And yeah.
It seems crazy that we're already getting Vox Machina season 2. Like, it seems like not that long ago that we got season 1, and I'm so excited they already have season 2 ready to go.
I think they were working on season 2 at the same time that they were working on season 1, because they had the most funded Patreon, whatever it was, in history for the animated show. So they had so much more than they expected to get, and then it got picked up by Amazon. So they were able to work on 2 seasons at the same time, which is great, because now we get a second season.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thrilled.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to all of them. I feel like I say this every time we bring it up, but like, props to them, just being a bunch of friends playing D&D or playing Pathfinder, and then deciding that they wanted to stream it, and then like, here we are, like
7 years later.
Yeah, and they have a show on Amazon. They have all this merch. They have all of this. Like, shout out to them.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah. For me, the biggest, most important thing, as Avoided Ice called out in chat, HBO The Last of Us, coming January 15th. I am ready to cry. I am ready to feel all of the emotions. I saw a post today that episode 1 is supposedly an hour and a half.
I'm ready.
That was from that's like from a non-verified account. So like, I don't know, take that with a grain of salt, as you should anything you find on the internet.
How long it is. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I was talking to some friends about it, I guess last weekend. And they were like, "Oh, do you think it's going to be good?" And I was like, I am ready to be hurt. Like, I have entered the Shanine and I Spider-Man No Way Home levels of hype for this show, where it is going to be so hard for this to live up to my expectations. And I am so hopeful, like No Way Home, that it lives up. And so I just want this show to be good so much. And it's what I need in my life. Am I going to be having watch parties for this every Sunday night? Quite possibly.
Yes.
So is this what I'm going to be talking about literally for like 10 weeks straight and what I've been up to? Yes. Yes, it is. I hope y'all are ready. And so
I will be talking about it with you.
So I can not wait. Shanine, are you going to watch it?
I don't know, because I do want to play it, but also, I don't know. I don't know if I'll wait.
Zambonis.
Yeah. Avoided Ice says we need to have a discussion thread in the Discord when it happens. Yes, we will do that. That's a great call.
Yes.
We'll make it like a specific channel for it. And so that way we can not just flood movies, TV, and entertainment with only The Last of Us for 10 weeks. So, and Avoided Ice calls out that The Last of Us Part 1 is coming to PC soon. Like, I mean, I know y'all do have a PlayStation, but if you wanted to play on PC, that it is coming there too. So, so that's my biggest thing series-wise. And then, also really excited for Mandalorian Season 3. There's a handful of Star Wars shows coming out next year, but I'm ready for that baby Yoda. He's going to be adorable.
Grogu.
I liked the half of the Book of Boba Fett where the Mando was the main character, and he just like took over the show for some reason. And so, yeah,
Only part of Boba Fett.
yeah, I like that they used Boba Fett as the excuse to pick up or to explain how they were going to put Mando and Grogu back together after the end of season 2. And so I'm excited that we don't have to do that in season 3 of this show. And so he's going to hit that little ball thing on the glass in the ship, and it's going to be adorable. And I am ready. Are these both Pedro Pascal properties? Let's do it. Like, he's apparently my favorite actor now. So,
yes.
Scoreboard.
As he should be.
Shanine, let's go over to you. What are you thinking for shows?
All right. 2 very different things. We have The Witcher season 3. I mean, with the news we have had about The Witcher, my heart is sad, but am looking forward to season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Leading theory is he was not happy with the writers for not following the source material, and I do not blame him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which just makes me mad at the writers, the showrunners, whoever is making these decisions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
They had the King of Nerds, and they didn't listen to him.
Yep.
So he quit.
Yeah. I do think that we might need to use this as an excuse to do another Witcher book for our book club, but we'll see.
I am with you there.
Because I enjoyed doing the other collection for the last season, and so.
Come on, if you're gonna beg for pets, then come up here. You silly cat.
Kitty.
Come on.
And the other one that I am very excited for is Never Have I Ever season 4, the final season. I'm so pumped.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
I didn't know anything about this show.
This is also in the I need to watch camp.
Yes, you do. It's so good.
Yeah. What's like the summary? Like, what's the?
Okay, this is Mindy Kaling's show about an Indian American teenager in high school who is dealing with grieving the death of her father and also just trying to get through high school and dealing with relationships and stuff. A lot of the typical like high school hijinks, but also a lot of interesting like cultural aspects, and then incredibly heartfelt and will make you cry. It's so good.
I know it might have been an episode with just us. I know we were talked about it a lot. Everything I've heard about it has been so good. I just need to watch it. Emma, what about you?
I mean, the last things on my list were also The Witcher.
Oh.
You know, and The Last of Us. Pretty excited for that one.
I hear good things. I hear there's no expectations whatsoever on it.
No expectations whatsoever, aside from like, I tend to be like cautiously optimistic for things. The Last of Us, I am like very excited for. So yeah, a lot of the other things I'm pretty excited and have been mentioned already. And the rest of the stuff that I can think of are a bit of an unknown at this point, as in the sense of like, there's probably stuff in the works, but not coming in 2023, so who knows? We will just have to wait and see, Kat. Yes, we will.
So then for me, I have one more show I'm excited for, and then one that I have put in the please category with an ellipses. Like, this isn't an excited please, it is a desperate please. And so the thing that I'm excited for is the Ironheart show coming to Disney Plus. We got to see Riri in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I'm excited to find out what she gets up to as a character. Now that she has the series to kind of carve out a bit more of her identity. I think it's very interesting for her that they recently have been using the approach of, for new characters, of introducing them in the shows to then have them show up later in the movies. Like we got with Monica Rambeau, introducing her as an adult in WandaVision, Kamala Khan and Miss Marvel, a lot of the characters in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like U.S. Agent and the government agent woman who's recruiting everybody with a crazy name.
Who's the Coulson replacement?
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Who is that? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So I'm very excited for like those characters, and so for this one we're kind of getting the inverse, where she was introduced in Black Panther. Now we're getting the series fleshing out who she is, and so I'm very hopeful for how that turns out. I really like her character in the comics, from the ones that I've read, and so I'm excited to see her do a bit more with, now that she has like seen up close a more fully fledged Iron Man suit compared to the one that she had been building. And so I'm very excited to see where she ends up with that. And then in my please category is the Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix series. We were talking before the cast. I was not in the Avatar fandom when the movie came out. Also, there was no movie in Ba Sing Se. And so I haven't really had to deal with disappointment in the fandom to that extent before. And so I'm hopeful for this. While no longer attached to it, it did initially have the creators, Mike and Brian. And so I'm very hopeful that this show had their blessing, because they, at least in hindsight, seem to have had to step down so that they could get their own studio, and which is, a good reason to step down from the project. And so I want to believe, but I'm also scared. So here we are.
About the cast.
Sorry, I just caught the end of that. What did you say, Shani?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very excited about the cast.
Oh yeah. The cast for it is super cool.
Yeah. I admittedly still have not seen the new Black Panther movie. Life has been crazy. But one day I shall watch it. One day. One day eventually, when I have access to it.
I'm excited because it seems like we're getting some great representation. Paul Lee from Kim's Convenience is going to be General Iroh, and
Great.
it's going to be amazing. And so,
Great.
yeah, so I'm very excited. Very scared, but very excited. Shaneen, what do you got show-wise?
The last ones I have are just my hopes. They don't have dates yet, but I would very much like for them to be things that I have soon. The new Sandman episodes. I just want more Sandman, and I want it all, and I want it now.
Send
done
it
my volume
directly
2
to my
recently.
brain.
To start reading it again. So
Yep.
I am with you there.
And I continue to see chatter about the Netflix Narnia projects.
It's gonna be a while, my friend. Sorry to break it to you, but if it's just chatter with nothing established, it's gonna be a while.
I don't know. Apparently, things are being worked on.
If
There was rumors about the first movie or two coming out in 2023.
if we're
We'll
lucky,
see.
it's gonna be the end of 23. But that
I
is
mean, it would be a
the
good Christmas
earliest.
release.
Wyatt is in my hopes category.
That is my guesstimate at the earliest we will be getting it is the end of 2023. But given
For sure.
how little we actually have, likely not. As much as I would love that myself. I'm also like manifesting that they held it off so that I can get a job on those movies to say that I worked on them. Because I would love to work on those.
There are several projects.
I know. That's why I'm like,
I feel like you will
Netflix,
have
hire me. I want to work on the Narnia projects. Please. Hold off on production until I can be hired.
Oh, and apparently that series is the first time the rights to the entire Narnia catalog have been held by one company.
Interesting.
I did not know that.
Great. It would do something with it.
The more you know.
Got him. Then that is going to bring us into our other category for things that we are excited about that don't necessarily fit into one of the other ones. Emma, what have you got?
I have one thing. In a year from now, I will have officially graduated with my Master's in Fine Arts and Film Production. Yay! Hey! One more year to go!
I believe.
Yay! That is all. I just wanted to announce it. I have one more year left, guys! Yay! Okay. That is that.
For me, I got two like board game related things for this. First one, we got some cool stuff coming up in Magic. We're coming back to Phyrexia, which is kind of when I initially was getting back into Magic, so I'm excited that we're going to go see that playing again. It's all about like this metallic disease and these people that want to turn you into a machine. And so it's like kind of dark, kind of spooky. They're like one of the big bads of the Magic universe. And so I'm excited to see their return. We've been building up to it over the past like year and a half. And so I'm excited to see what's going to happen there. And then there's a chance this could happen before 2023, but sometime my copy of Frosthaven is going to arrive. Some people have already gotten theirs. They obviously have a whole lot from that Kickstarter that they're working on fulfilling, so it'll get here when it gets here. But 2023, hopefully a whole lot of Frosthaven content, and I cannot wait to play that. Been playing the Gloomhaven PC game, and that's made me very excited for the Frosthaven board game. And so, very hopeful. And it looks super cool.
You guys, Oliver is being the most cat ever and wanting attention without actually wanting attention. I just want to report that.
Look at me
Put that on the
casually.
record. Just like, pay attention to me, but don't actually pay attention to me. Aren't you? You're being ridiculous, cat.
Shneen, did you have an other?
No.
Okay. I didn't think I had seen anything, but I wanted to make sure that I hadn't accidentally crossed something out that we should, or that I shouldn't have. So, but yeah, so that is what we are excited about for 2023. Make sure to let us know, Discord, social medias, all of those things, what it is that you are excited about, or comment section.
Chris, we miss you.
Yes, and Chris, we miss you. Hopefully, we'll have Chris back next year.
Yes, that is the hope and goal.
Yes.
Chris, we want you back.
You missing
Just
it?
putting the good vibes
Yeah.
out there.
Again, let's put it. We'll put it in the universe.
Putting the good
that-
vibes out there.
That will hopefully get Chris back to our regular Mondays time period. So, and so, yeah. So with that, next week we will be back with our 2022 top 5. So no rules, no categories, but we are each picking 5 things that have stood out to us from this year. It could no rules.
There are no rules.
Yeah. It could be something that released a decade ago that we experienced this year. There is literally no rules for how this works. So that'll be next week. Make sure to have listeners your 2022 top 5s ready and share those with us. And then next Thursday, make sure I get the date right. I would appreciate it, computer, if you would open my calendar. December 22nd, we will be doing our final book club of the year and our final podcast thing of the year for our book club on Snow Glass Apples by Neil Gaiman and Colleen Duran. And so I hope everyone can join us next week for both of those things. And so I still need to read Snow Glass Apples.
Very fast read.
Yeah.
I read it in one night in 30 minutes.
Yeah. I've been procrastinating it because of that. And so it's not like Dune where I felt like I needed to plan out my month ahead of time.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
But yeah, that is going to be episode 224. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. We are First Geek 411. You can find us on our social media. Join our Discord server. Shoot us an email at 1stgeek411@gmail.com. Check out that Redbubble store. Be part of our post-show chat where I have news about one of the books we previously read for book club. And you can also find our videos over on YouTube. And then you can also find us at our personal social media. Mine is Humar Whittle.
Mine is I am not prepared with an I.
I'm the Hoot and Howl on Twitter and Hoot and Howl Tales, TALES on Instagram.
And it's been a great week.
Go jump in the ocean if you can.
Read a book. It's too cold for that.
Yeah.
Polar plunge!